I'm Zeke.
Today we're making spiced ginger pork as part of my Busy Bachelor series. The first thing we're going to do is chop one onion. Zeke can start chopping that for us. This pork recipe is going to be great for the Busy Bachelor cookbook because it cooks for 10 hours. So this is something you can get going in the morning before you go off to work. And then when you come home for dinner, it'll be all done and ready to eat.
So how thick am I going to want to slice this?
Like you would want it on a sandwich.
Okay.
So just thin slices, thin rings. This recipe is going to have sliced onion, 2 cloves of garlic, some grated ginger, spices, and maple syrup. Very good. And then go ahead and put the onion on the bottom of the crock pot bowl.
Flat side down?
Mm-hmm. Over top of the onion, we're going to put the pork. I have had this pork brining in the refrigerator, which you don't have to do. But if you do want to, you can brine it for 2 or 3 days. I have a half cup of vinegar, apple cider vinegar in the brine. And then I added probably about 4 cups of water. And I just let that sit in the refrigerator. So go ahead and put that in the crock pot. Alright. Push it down until it fits. Alright. Now go ahead and do the garlic.
How thick am I wanting to do this? Just rings?
Just go ahead. Oh, this is ginger. This is garlic. That could be bad. Smash the garlic.
So, garlic.
Yes,
okay.
Smash the garlic. And remove the skins. And just throw those over the pork.
Okay.
And I have, for our family, I do they're about 2 3-pound pork shoulder roasts. So you would need to do probably only 1. So now go ahead and grate the ginger. We need about 2 tablespoons.
So if I'm running behind in the morning, do I really have to grate all this ginger and do the onions and garlic?
No, if you're running behind or you don't want to take the time to slice the onion and do the garlic and ginger, you can use onion powder, garlic powder, and ground ginger. And that'll save some time. But fresh is always best when you have the time. How much you got there? Let's do a little bit more. There's probably enough if you scrape it, yes. Alright, that's good. So go ahead and just put that in around the pork.
Okay, both sides.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Now we're going to add some of the brine that I brined the pork in. If you didn't brine the pork, you can go ahead and add 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar and 1 cup of water. But we're going to add 1.25 cups of my brine instead. And just pour those over or around the pork, it doesn't matter.
So this would be 5 1/4 cups?
Yes.
Three, right?
I wasn't counting.
Let's go with 3.
It won't hurt to do extra. And now we have maple syrup. There's 3 tablespoons of maple syrup for you to add.
Just drizzle over the top?
Yep. Good. And finally, I have some spices. I have a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and about a teaspoon of black pepper with 1 bay leaf. So you can go ahead and just sprinkle that over the top of everything. Good. And now what I want you to do is, well, rub in a little bit all the spices onto the sides and around on the pork. Just really gently.
So if I don't have everything pre-measured like you did, what are some things I can do to speed this up?
You don't have to do it exactly 1 teaspoon of everything,
I can
but
just eye it.
and try to keep the same amount of spice, the same ratio. Just the same amount of each spice would be fine.
Okay.
So that looks really good. Go ahead and wash your hands. We are going to cook this on low for 10 hours and it will be ready to eat. So that is spiced ginger pork for the Busy Bachelor's Cookbook.